Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our kitchen. I'm Sheila, and Joe's behind the camera. And we are a household with, we eat two different ways. I eat whole food plant-based with very little oil, salt, sugar, or oil. And then Joe eats the standard American diet, swaying more to the keto side. So we started this channel to show everybody how we do this. How do we make both of the ways we eat? How do we grocery shop? How do we make food? And how much fun it can be, using each other's ingredients. So so this is one dish, two ways. Actually, this can be made like hundreds of ways, but we're just going to show you a couple today. And it's a potato bar. This is a fantastic idea if you have company coming over, any kind of potluck situation, or if you're just trying to finish up some ingredients that are in your house. So today, we decided to cook the potatoes in this is the Pampered Chef version of an Instapot, an electric pressure cooker. So these are massive, massive, massive potatoes. They're the big russets. So I put them on for 20 minutes on just a high, and then they've been sitting here for 24 minutes while I've been getting our toppings ready to go. And so they're ready for me to show you them. But I want to talk about our toppings. So for Joe's side of the house, we have some chili, which is right here. And this is chili where he had made a big batch of chili and we put it in the freezer. Because chili just makes so much and he's the only one eating it. So it's best that we put it in. So this is chili from the freezer. My toppings are some mushrooms and onions that I have sauteed. So I started with a dry, hot pan on medium heat, and I put my sliced onions in it, and I let those onions just start to cook down. No oil required. If you think your pan's getting a little too dry, add just a couple tablespoons of water. And then when the onions had about 4 minutes head start, I added the sliced mushrooms, and then I just added a little bit of garlic, and I just let these cook down to this wonderfulness. You know how mushrooms and onions and all those kind of veggies, they just turn down to hardly anything. So this is going to be awesome. And then I found baby broccoli at the grocery store, and I just knew I needed baby broccoli for my potatoes. Now these things are done, so I turned everything off. This needed a couple more minutes, so I figured while I was talking, they could finish up. Look at that baby broccoli. You can tell when it's almost done because it'll be tender, and you see it just keeps getting a brighter, brighter green. So by the time my potatoes ready, those should be ready to go. They've been on for about 7 minutes. And I do like my broccoli more on the tender side than on the al dente side. So let's just talk potato toppings in general. So the purpose of this one is like for a main meal, hence why we have the toppings that we do. I also am going to put salsa on mine. But if you just wanted to do a potato bar, you could, for like a side dish, then you could have your standard salsa, butter, cheese, sour cream, green onions, chives, some sort of, you could have salt, pepper, garlic, your dry seasonings, or you can make it as elaborate this. But you could also make potato like a potato taco bar, where your potato is your taco essentially, and then you can put your beef and your beans and chicken all on top of it, and that's how you do it. Another thing about potatoes is you could also take them to an event, not only in here, but you could also put them in a crock pot, and then you take them somewhere, and then you've got hot potatoes ready to go. So it's endless as far as what you can do. Also, another great way to use up leftovers, your potatoes would be whatever your toppings are, could be how you could extend meat or cheese or beans to extend your groceries a little bit. So let's get this party started. So I've already released the the pressure from here, so I'm able to open this without a problem. And I'll put the lid here. Extend that out a little bit. Joe, can you see these, or do you want me to lift this up for you? Because these are massive potatoes. We got the large bacon ones for this video. Look at that. So it only needs 1 cup of water. And then in this case, I only did 4 potatoes, obviously, because they're super massive. But if you had smaller potatoes, then you could, the key is you need a cup of water to get that pressure going. And the only reason I did 20 minutes because they're so big. If they were just the normal size, if they were just the normal size ones, I would have only done 8 minutes. And then I always let the pressure natural release. That's not a problem. So let's grab this one down here. Ooh, look, you can see it's all ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to cut it with the knife so you can see how easily I do that. And then, oh, that's the skin. Okay, now, like Joe says, we want a fluffy. Is that what you're wanting, Joe? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, potatoes. Potatoes are an excellent source of fiber, protein, carbohydrates. I mean, they're just it's so good for you. And it gives you that long, it's not like you get a spike. You're going to be able to, go for quite a while on a baked potato. So we're going to put on Joe's a piece of American cheese down. And then we're going to put the chili on top.
But you could use other cheeses as well.
Yes, this is just what we had.
Monterey Jack, Colby Jack, shredded, slice.
Okay, Joe, you have to tell me. Would you like a little bit more?
A little bit.
Okay. Joe's chili is got ground beef in it. He'll have to do a video because, oh gosh, I'm like spilling it. How does that look? Okay, let me put this to a side. So just so everybody knows, you can tell by his the way the chili looks. Joe uses standard ground beef, some beans, peppers, and onions. But what he likes to do, and the spices, what he likes to do is once it all comes together, then he takes a immersion blender and he makes it so that it's more, doesn't have any chunkies.
It's like a chili sauce for hot dogs.
Exactly. And that's the way he likes it because then he can use it as chili or nachos or chili or hot dogs, whatever the case may be. So that's the way he does his chili. Okay, so now let's go in here for one for me. I'm only going to have half potato. So I'm going to cut this one. The other tip about using your Instant Pot for potatoes, if you have potatoes that some are larger and some are smaller, always put your larger ones at the bottom. And then, because that would be the ones that cook. So I'm going to cut this one in half. Oh, see how good that slices through. For the moment, let's see if I can get that in here without dropping it. Just for storage of them. And then I'm going to kind of like score mine like that. Okay, now my toppings. Mushrooms and onions and broccoli. Okay, so here's my mushrooms and onions. Yum, 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 yum. They smell good. You could also add a little bit of tamari to that if you want. I'm going to turn my broccoli off. Stick that to the side. Grab this. I'm going to put my broccoli spears. Talk about a powerhouse of nutrients here with the broccoli, the mushrooms, and the onions. Oh, I think I need another piece. And then for my seasoning, I'm going to add some of this homemade salsa. Let's go this way with it. Oh my goodness. And I kind of talked myself into it. Give me a second. I did decide for just a little bit of saltiness, I'm going to use this tamari sauce, but it's 50% less sodium. So it's not like I'm like going to drown it in sodium or anything. I'm just going to do a couple shakes of it. A couple shakes. And because I'm hungry and I've been working hard to get all this done, I'm going to take a bite for you guys. Even though, as you can see, this is going to be super hot. But you know what? I can... Oh, here we go. Oh, yes, broccoli. Okay. Does that not look so good? Oh, I just dropped the microphone. The potato is moist, it's soft. The salsa's got good taste to it. The broccoli is perfectly cooked, totally tender. The mushrooms and onions just add so much body to the potato. If you prefer more of a baked potato, you could still do it in here and then cook them like 90% and finish them in the oven if you want the crispy outside. we felt like for the toppings we were going to use, we didn't want such a crispy outside. This is more of what we wanted, which is why we wanted to do it this way. So that's our potato bar. What would you put on your baked potato? And if you like this video and you would like to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button, like the video, share it with your friends. Tell us what you like, what we don't. We're trying to improve every single week. So we'll take any feedback that you got for us. So thank you all for joining us in the kitchen. And I hope you get to have a potato bar this week. Have a good day.